Then skipping the other star doors to finish the game.
Yeah, so good luck, Pamba, about that. Yeah, like everything in this game is harder than it looks, really.
10 seconds in and I have to step in. This is Lakitu skip, one of the most well-known tricks in the game. Lakitu normally speaks to Mario at the start of the game, which is controlled by a large trigger area that spans the entire bridge, except for a tiny sliver on each side. If Mario only steps on the extreme edge of the bridge, Lakitu never swoops in for a chat. To get an idea of how thin this is, we need a sense of scale. One unit of length in this game is roughly on the scale of 1 centimeter. Mario is a cylinder, 74 units wide and 160 units tall. The part of the bridge where he can stand without speaking to Lakitu is 10 units wide. So it's pretty precise, but with enough practice, this trick is surprisingly easy and consistent, even for beginner speedrunners. By the way, speed is also measured using the same unit of length. 1 unit of speed is 1 unit of length per frame. This game runs at 30 frames per second, so 1 frame is 1/30th of a second. Mario's base running speed is around 32 units per frame, but it gets up to 48 while long jumping or diving. Try to keep this scale in mind as I talk about units of length and speed during this video. This is the first big trick of the run, the 8 star door skip, also called the lobby backwards long jump. The trick begins with the Mario jumping right through a ceiling. This can happen because the lobby's pillars have a bit of floor under them that's normally inaccessible. The floor happens to come very close to the ceiling below, so close in fact that by jumping into the right spot, Mario can grab onto the floor like he can on any ledge. When Mario is holding onto a ledge like this, his apparent position is disjointed from his actual position. Even though he looks like he's hanging down, his hitbox is actually the same as if he were standing. Therefore, the instant that Mario grabs onto the ledge, his position snaps onto the floor above, allowing him to go right through the ceiling.
I got your back.
This is backwards long jumping, or BLJ for short. A long jump multiplies Mario's speed by 1.5 up to a cap, 48 speed forwards and 16 speed backwards. But while the forward speed is hard capped, the backward speed is only soft capped. In other words, if a long jump were to give Mario more than 48 speed, it will be fixed to 48. Meanwhile, his negative speed can go beyond 16, but it'll gradually come back down to 16. This usually isn't a problem, because Mario decelerates quickly enough that it goes back to negative 16 very quickly after jumping. However, if Mario is in a position where he can jump repeatedly fast enough, he can increase his speed exponentially until it reaches thousands or even more. The geometry of this area allows him to do just that. Once Mario is here, its diagonal side has no wall. Some of it is bordered by the hitbox of the ceiling below, some of it is bordered by out of bounds. It's quite precise to do this without being pushed back out, but it is possible to have Mario wall jump and reverse into the ceiling. With his back against the ceiling, he's prevented from moving into it. His vertical speed is zeroed out, so he lands immediately. As soon as he lands, he can long jump again and repeat this process. But while his vertical speed is set to 0 by the ceiling, his horizontal speed is preserved, so he can grow it exponentially. After only 14 jumps, his speed is on the order of about 1,000. Mario then shoots out of this spot and into the black room behind the door. This room is simply there for the cutscenes when Mario is coming in and out of the castle. It has just a bit of floor and no walls. Everything beyond it is out of bounds. After completing a 180-degree turn, he zooms across the hall and up the stairs and passes right through the 8-star door. The reason Mario can clip through walls and doors at this speed is quite simple. He's just moving that fast. Mario is in front of the wall, then completely beyond it on the next frame. Wall hitboxes are 100 units thick, but Mario actually needs 4 times that speed to get through. Prove its accuracy with collision detection. When calculating Mario's movement, the game splits each frame into 4 equal parts called quarter steps. Since to get through a wall, Mario needs to be in front of it on one quarter step and beyond it on the next, it requires a speed of at least 400 units per frame. By the way, this is a gross oversimplification. The actual walls in this area look like this. To get up the stairs, he needs to slow down a bit. Mario's speed up the slope is limited by how much he can move and still be within the 4 hitbox on that slope. With too much speed, he tries to move into the ceiling below instead and gets stuck until his speed comes down. Thankfully, jumping instantly brings his speed down by 20%. The jump gets nowhere because the height of the jump is indirectly proportional to Mario's speed, so with a high enough negative speed, the jump gets negative height and Mario lands on the next frame. Finally, he can get up the stairs, through the 8-star door, and into the Bowser stage. The LBLJ is a very hard trick that requires a precise position for the initial long jump. Then, an accurate BLJ that gives Mario just enough speed to clip through walls, but not so much as to clip back out and ruin the whole thing. Then, quickly turning around and aiming for the lobby stairs while controlling the speed to go up the staircase. Finally, redirecting his speed towards the 8-star door and phasing through it, all in a few seconds. Shuiji lost roughly half a second in this segment. When he turned around behind the door, he spent a few frames unable to turn. When the trapdoor opened, Mario moved to the side, which is slower. Standing in the middle lets Mario be carried down with the trapdoor, and being on the side forces him to slide down into the level entrance instead. Finally, there is a faster strategy for the lobby BLJ where Mario turns around much faster behind the door, which could save another half a second or so, but it's very inconsistent. The start of this run is hard enough as it is, and making it that much worse for half a second just isn't worth it.
So that's just how it goes.
Whoa.
This level doesn't have one single trick to it. It's more of a constant stream of absurdly precise movement, where one mistake ends the run. Less than 15% of all of Shuiji's attempts even make it past the first Bowser. But while it mostly boils down to clean execution, there are two things I need to point out. First, the wall kick to this red coin works out because the outside wall pushes Mario before the ceiling can stop his upwards momentum. This frame, Mario is just under the ceiling hitbox. On the next frame, after one quarter step, Mario finds himself both in the ceiling and in the wall at the same time. In processing collisions, the game always goes in this order: walls, floors, then ceilings. The wall hitbox is processed first, which pushes Mario out. At this point, he's no longer inside of the ceiling, so the collision with the ceiling is ignored. This requires a precise side flip. Slightly different height spacing, Mario isn't so lucky and ends up missing the wall hitbox, instead getting stuck under the ceiling. The second thing to point out is these wall kicks. A wall kick has two parts. First, Mario bonks on the wall, losing all his speed. Then, if A is pressed within a 5-frame window, he jumps, automatically gaining 24 speed in the direction reflecting off the wall. But if A is pressed on the first possible frame of the wall kick window, Mario doesn't have time to lose all of his speed and he kicks off the wall with the same speed he had previously. This is what Shuiji does. He long jumps into the wall, then gets 2 first-frame wall kicks to preserve his high speed as he climbs up. There's one very small time loss in this stage. When he jumped into the pipe, Shuiji held A slightly too long and spent more time in the air than he needed. This lost him roughly 0.2 seconds. There isn't any significantly faster strategy that could reasonably be used in this level.
Or 242.0 or 241.9? Yes. 241.9. Is it like glitch?
After getting the key, Shuiji is trapped in this hallway, but thankfully he can pause and exit out of levels to go back to the castle's main lobby. He did it so quickly the menu never even appears, but he paused and scrolled down to exit course.
I don't know if I should go for long jump or not. It surely works now, right? Here we go! Fuck that.
What just happened there? This is another flagship trick, cannonless. It turns out that the breakable piece doesn't complete the wall seamlessly. Its bottom corner is misplaced by 1 unit vertically. This creates a gap fractions of a unit wide between the solid wall and the breakable wall, which in turn allows Mario to grab the ledge. In short, to check if Mario should be able to grab a ledge, the game checks for a wall in 2 places. Mario can only grab a ledge if the game detects a wall on the lower check but not on the higher check. This is what happens here. The higher check lands exactly in that ridiculously small gap in the wall, so Mario hangs onto the slanted floor. As soon as he does, his hitbox touches the star for 1 frame before the wall pushes him out, which is enough to collect it. Remember from the ledge grab through the ceiling, from the instant Mario grabs a ledge, his hitbox sits on top of that ledge. Once Mario is in the star dance animation, he can never fall. If for some reason he's no longer standing on the floor, he snaps down to the floor beneath instead. This is why he appears at the bottom of the wall after being pushed out. Also, the music suddenly stopping isn't directly caused by the odd way Mario grabs the star. It's because of this piranha plant. The lullaby pauses the main level music so it can resume later. However, at the same time, the star dance theme plays over the lullaby and stops the main level music completely. When Mario gets pushed out and downwards, which should be the lullaby, stops playing. It stops the star dance instead. Since the main level music was stopped, there's no music left to play. From the moment Luigi gets this trick, the run goes from mindlessly going through the motions to a serious attempt. Cannonless eats up half of the attempts that make it to this point. It requires a very precise position that's hard to reach consistently without an exact setup for Mario's speed and angle. Using a long jump instead could save up to 0.7 seconds, but its consistency is closer to about 25%. Normally, to get the star, you're required to do the first 2 stars in the level, then find the owl in this tree and have it carry you to the cage. Instead, Luigi does a precise double jump wall kick to just barely make it onto the fence. This trick, called Owl-less, is hard but consistent, so top level runners like Luigi have no problem nailing it nearly every time. After every star, Luigi selects the option Continue Don't Save because saving lags the game for 6 frames every time. Since the menu has a 10-frame window where you can move the cursor but not select an option, it doesn't cost any time if it's done fast enough. Not saving is 3.5 seconds faster over the whole run.
Oh my god, it's fine. Here we go!
There are a few things to talk about here. First, this high-speed slide kick is frame perfect. The Z press can't be buffered, meaning that it can't be pressed any earlier than on the frame Mario lands. If it's pressed late, Mario's speed is set to 48 instead of staying around 100. After that, Luigi intentionally slides out a bit before recovering to slow down a bit. When Mario hits the big bird, it stops the upwards momentum of his long jump. Coming in too fast to hit the bird means that you don't get as much height on the long jump and you land early in the pyramid. Here, Luigi tried to do a speed kick, but missed. A speed kick works similarly to the slide kick. It can preserve higher speeds than the usual running speed of 32. It's done by pressing B while holding A and with the stick close to neutral. If the stick is held forward, Mario will dive instead, which would be catastrophic here. Suichi pressed B too early, so the kick never came out, which thankfully only lost him about a third of a second.
One with the sound. I got your back.
This trick is known as pillarless because it skips having to stand on top of all four rooms to open the pyramid top. It involves three major glitches: the bloated Baba glitch, hands-free holding, and a ground pound glitch. When Mark is holding an object, what you see in his hands is actually a visual copy of the object itself. Real object stays where it was grabbed until it's released, remaining loaded regardless of distance, but it's made invisible and intangible. This is known as the object being invisible. Bob-ombs are different. While they are made invisible, they remain tangible and they follow Mario by hovering in front of him. Why? So that the smoke coming out of them looks like it's coming from the visual copy in Mario's hands. This, however, has a few side effects. Just before it explodes, a Bob-omb dramatically increases in size for a few frames. When Mario grabs it in that bloated state, the invisible hovering Bob-omb is pushing him back. Since it stays just in front of Mario as long as he's holding it, it follows him around, pushing him back continuously. This is the bloated Bob-omb glitch. Next is hands-free holding. Here, Mario jump dives to re-grab the Bob-omb and lands onto a downward slope. This puts Mario in an unintended state. His action state is no longer defined as holding an object, but he still has a held object attached to him. Therefore, he can't perform all sorts of actions that he wouldn't be able to do while holding an object, like double jumping or ground pounding. On top of being pushed backwards by the Bob-omb, this is what creates this crazy-looking movement. Hands-free holding is a volatile state that's very easy to lose because Mario is always trying to drop the object if he can. Therefore, the movement to reach and scale the pyramid is precise and deliberate. Once he reaches the top of the pyramid, he ground pounds completely through the top piece and into the hole. He can do that because in the first part of the ground pound where Mario does a flip, his collision with level geometry is essentially disabled. This allows the Bob-omb to push him through the slope. He also lands directly in the tiny hole, which is another impressive bit of execution.
Oh my.
One with the sound.
So slow. Jeez.
Suichi is very disappointed here because he lost time to an easily avoidable mistake. He taps A and B in quick succession to select a star as early as possible, but he did it too early here. Both button presses missed the input window. He realized his mistake and repressed A, but lost a third of a second. Although the star itself went perfectly, he was kicking himself for making that blunder. Overall, shifting Sandland went very well. He only lost a third of a second in two different parts. His pillarless was especially flawless. Even though he still had more than half the run to go, less than 4% of all attempts make it out of the stage, and he did it on a pace that he had been on less than 20 times ever.
Let's take it slow.
This star is quite straightforward. I have nothing to add to it.
Excited for what's inside? Aren't you adorable?
This is lava boosting. When Mario touches lava, he bounces
This
up
is the right
high.
way.
It's possible to hit the lava waterfall at the peak of the first bounce, gaining double the height. Since Mario takes 3 sectors of damage every time, it can usually only be
My
done
one
once in a row.
weakness.
It's very easy to accidentally hit the waterfall multiple times, so Suichi has to be extra careful to avoid
Swift and
that.
resolute.
It's actually possible to save 0.4 seconds by conserving momentum gained during the lava boost, but it adds a significant layer of difficulty on top of an already tough
My
start.
2 weaknesses.
The jump here is especially precise. If Mario goes any closer, he can grab the pole, losing all his momentum. There's almost zero margin for error.
I got your back.
Speaking of errors, there's one right here. When
Everyone
Sweetie dove
stand
into the
down.
volcano, he caught the rim, losing a quarter of a second in the process.
My luck seems good, like always.
This star went flawlessly, but it could be done very slightly faster by flipping through the bridge with a lava bounce. This route only saves about 0.2 seconds though. This works simply because the bridge's only solid part is the floor. Both the walls and the other side have no collision.
Unapproving hoo-hoo.
One is the sound. The hour is upon
Once
us.
Mario gets on top of the wall, he punches before diving. This is because trying to walk off the ledge would cause Mario to hang off it instead. A punch gives Mario a flat 10 speed, and since the top of the fence is so narrow, he falls off it, allowing him to dive. It's about 6 frames faster to do it this way than to jump off. After a near perfect lethal avalanche, Luigi was now at a pace that he'd only ever seen less than 10 times. Going this deep into a run on world record pace is exceedingly rare, and by now the nerves building up were starting to make him feel uneasy. But he wasn't out of the woods at all. The worst had yet to come. It looks like him talking to Toad was very slow, but it actually was pretty much perfect. Toad takes a moment to fade in that you have to wait out before you're able to talk to him. Also, it seems like a weird choice to talk to Toad now instead of before or after a Hazy Maze cave, but there's a good reason for it. Toad only gets a star if Mario already has at least 12, and Mips only appears if Mario has at least 15 stars when the basement is loaded. Mario only has 11 stars when he comes in, and if Toad were his 15th star, he would exit Hazy Maze cave with only 14, and Mips wouldn't be there. Most of Hazy Maze Cave has no ceiling. If Mario jumps high enough, he can simply go over the walls, so long as what's beyond it isn't out of bounds. With a triple jump on the box, Mario easily clears the wall and ends up directly above the cavern at the bottom of the stage. Luigi actually comes very close to the death plane from the pits in the first room, and he has to be careful to avoid it.
Come on.
One is the sound.
Here, Luigi accidentally lands on the floor instead of jumping cleanly into the level. This cost about the same as the volcano, a quarter of a second. The 15th star of this run uses a very peculiar trick, C-up sliding. When C-up is pressed while Mario is running, he slides to a stop. But if he's on a slope that's steep and slippery enough, the slope will overpower friction, resulting in a net acceleration. Once he's gained enough speed, he cancels his C-up sliding, and in quick succession does a speed kick and a double jump, followed by a triple jump. Despite each jump taking 20% off his forward speed, he still has over 50 speed during the triple jump, making this the most efficient way to preserve his momentum that's humanly viable.
How reliable. Let's take it slow. Swift and resolute. One of the sounds. The end has come.
This is the first stable trick of 16 star, Mips Flip. The way this works is quite simple. When Mario drops an object like Mips, it appears a little bit in front of him. However, that would be out of bounds, so as a failsafe, it's placed directly on top of Mario. Because Mips is colliding with Mario and their position is exactly the same, Mario is pushed out in the same direction that he's facing and he ends up inside the door. You can actually see Mips being out of bounds when its shadow disappears. Once Mario is inside the door, he has to crouch to turn, otherwise he'll open the door instead. Then he can re-grab Mips, flip out on the other side, and keep going. Normally, this is done by jumping out of the door and turning around, but something happened here that's both very rare and very fortunate. Suiji's perfect angle and position allowed Mario to both grab Mips and punch the door frame at the same time. This pushes Mario back and clips him out in a single grab action, saving a full second. This had just promoted the run from once in 1,000 to once in a lifetime. At this exact moment, Suiji's heart rate jumped and his focus was absolute. He was faster than he had ever been before, and it would remain that way until the end of this run. The second Mips clip through the 30-star door is a bit easier than the first, but Suiji uses an especially fast method. He jumps into the door and bonks on it, which drops Mips and pushes Mario inside the door. This time, though, Mario can't stay inside because this door is slightly thinner than the first one. Through Artane's subframe wall collision nonsense, the wall hitboxes push him out on the other side. Also, since the door he bonked is the same as a wall, he can walk kick off of it, even though he's now on the other side. When he does, he now faces the inside wall, allowing him to walk kick a second time to face forward again.
Alright, there's no workaround.
First, what's that? This is called a punch clip, or more accurately, a ceiling downward. Under normal circumstances, Mario can't enter ceiling hitboxes. When he attempts to move into one, most of the time he doesn't move at all, but if he's underwater, he will move into it and then get pushed out through the bottom of the hitbox. Another particularity of ceilings is that their hitboxes extend infinitely upwards until they are stopped by a floor above them. While floor hitboxes extend a fair amount below the floor itself, this extension is purely vertical. Therefore, if a floor is steep enough, its hitbox will be relatively thin horizontally. This allows Mario to move completely through the floor in one frame, which puts him inside of the ceiling hitbox below. He gets pushed out through the bottom, all the way down in the tunnel. While it is technically possible to clip through swimming normally, using a punch all but guarantees it. Once Mario touches the floor hitbox, he gets put right above it, the best possible position to ensure a clip. If Mario is swimming normally though, that also rotates him parallel to the slope, preventing him from actually going through. In the punching action, Mario doesn't rotate like that, so he keeps moving in the same direction of the next frame and goes through the floor hitbox. The second half of Dire Docks is one of the laggiest places in the entire game. An overwhelming majority of top-level Super Mario 64 speedrunners agree to play on Nintendo 64, and Suigi is no exception. However, the console is more prone to lag than Wii Virtual Console and other emulators, so he puts a large amount of care into using camera angles that reduce the strain on the processor and keep lag to a minimum. This makes movement more awkward than it has to be, but the time save is well worth it. Lag reduction using specific camera angles is used throughout their whole run, but especially in Dire Docks, Bowser in the Fire Sea, and Bowser in the Sky. If the camera angle looks awkward for seemingly no reason, lag is almost always why. There's actually a camera angle that reduces lag even more when Mario jumps up on the submarine, but it only saves a handful of frames at best, and it's even more unwieldy than the method Suigi used. Climb on the submarine is already tricky enough as it is. Every Bowser stage is an absolute gauntlet of pure platforming, and Bowser in the Fire Sea is no exception. Nothing particularly stands out, but the run could go south at every single step.
Impressive discovery!
What is this magic? This is a rare case of an upwork. Contrary to popular belief, it has absolutely nothing to do with the pole. It's actually caused by this ceiling and its special property. Mario can hang down from it. At any given point, the game tracks if the ceiling above Mario, if any, is hangable or not, so that Mario knows whether or not to grab it when he jumps into it. But there's one tiny error that throws a wrench in this process. Inside of the frame, the hangable property is updated after collisions are processed. Therefore, when Mario collides with the ceiling, it checks the hangable property from the previous rudder step. As Mario hits the underside of this wooden piece, he's still considered to be under the hangable ceiling above, so he grabs that ceiling. Luigi immediately lets go by releasing A, which is why Mario falls on the pole, making it look like the pole is involved in some way.
Leave it to me.
The section at the top could be 0.1 seconds faster with better lag reduction, but Luigi opted for a slightly laggier camera angle for safety here.
Swift and resolute. Cherish every game.
The way he grabbed Bowser looks slow, but it's intended. It allows him to grab Bowser slightly closer to where he wants to throw him, which saves time on the throw itself. Here, the shape of the staircase allows Mario to grab onto the higher floor through the ceiling. Works roughly the same way as we've seen in the lobby. This is another backwards long jump, except this time Mario lands prematurely because he moves up to a higher step of the stairs. It's harder than it looks to get a BLJ this perfect. Luigi positions himself right at the bottom of the stairs and his long jump pattern is deliberate. He lets 2 frames go between his first and his second jump, then jumps every other frame. This is required for Mario to stick to the stairs. Before his speed gets higher, Mario needs to jump while he's on the inside half of the step, otherwise he would jump over the stairs instead of landing on the next frame. At the top of the stairs, he has the perfect amount of speed to turn around and go directly where he needs to go next. I can't overstate the mastery required to pull this off consistently. The second time around, 2 jumps did miss the stairs, which lost him about half a second. But how does the infinite staircase work, and how is he able to skip it with the BLJ? Well, it's actually really simple. There's a trigger zone that warps Mario back down the stairs if he doesn't meet the star requirement. It looks like the stairs are infinite, but move the camera a bit and the magic is dispelled. This zone is 154 units wide and only triggers on every full frame, so it doesn't take that much speed to break it. It is possible to set up the first BLJ slightly faster, but again, it's extremely hard, given that so much of the trick is based on precise speed and positioning. Even despite that, the BLJs in this run were among the best ever in a run on world record pace, and in all of its 16-star attempts, Luigi had done faster BLJs than this only 8 times ever, regardless of the pace. He suddenly jumped from being under a second faster than he had ever been up to this point, to 4.5 with only Bowser in the sky to go. His nerves shot through the roof.
We're in this together.
This has been dubbed Taz Long Jump. It's a shortcut that saves 1.4 seconds over the next fastest strategy, and it requires a pinpoint precise long jump to clear this gap by a hair. Everything matters here: Mario's speed, position, angle, and timing of his jump. This triple jump wall kick works the same way as in Bowser in the Dark World. Mario enters the wall hitbox at the same time as he does the ceiling, and the wall pushes him out first. It's quite difficult, but most up-level runners are consistent at it. The wall kick onto the elevator here is much harder, since the wall is tiny and the trick depends on the elevator cycle. The elevator rotates from the moment the stage is loaded, so Luigi needs to play the whole level at a consistent pace so that the platforms are in the right place when he makes it here. If he had slowed down at any point, he would be at risk of failing to land on the elevator and losing the whole run. This long jump across is incredibly nerve-wracking because this Goomba is infamous for his lack of cooperation with world record pace runs. Luckily, the Goomba left him just enough space to land safely this time. Because of nerves, Luigi's final approach to the pipe was suboptimal, losing him a fraction of a second.
I can feel the power. The flames rising.
16 stars dead.
In any run on world record pace, the Bowser throws are extremely nerve-wracking. The window to hit Bowser with each throw is generally 2 frames, although it can vary a bit. Most of the time, one of the 2 frames gives a more direct line than the other frame. Luigi nailed these throws almost perfectly. The second throw was on the second frame, which caused Bowser to bounce and lose a few tenths of a second. Note that it's possible to do these throws half a second faster by spinning the stick about 8 full rotations per second, but Luigi himself stated that he was physically incapable of doing it. Only a small number of people are actually able to pull this off. Once the final throw hits, the hard part is done, but there's still work left. First, Luigi reduces lag by looking away from Bowser. Then he runs to talk to Bowser because text boxes reserve speed. When he gains control again, Mario already has full running speed, allowing him to end the run slightly faster. And with that, he had beaten Super Mario 64 with 16 stars in 14 minutes and 35.5 seconds, a new world record by almost 6 seconds. This run improved his margin over second place to over 15 seconds. That's more than the difference between second and ninth place, as well as the difference between 10th and 30th place. By now, there should be no question that this speedrun is one of the greatest of all time. Strategies so advanced that almost no one else does them, done with a precision and mastery never seen before. 0 mistakes beyond a few microscopic blips, none of which cost more than half a second. As we've seen throughout the run, the room for improvement is incredibly small, about a second and a half on the lobby BLJ, less than half a second in Bowser in the Dark. 1 second in Wong's Fortress, most of which coming from a faster cannonless setup. 1 second in Shifting Sand Land because of the 2 tiny mistakes Luigi made. About a second in Lethal Lava Land with faster strategies in avoiding the rim of the volcano. Half a second in Hazy Maze Cave, mostly from when he didn't jump cleanly into the level. About half a second with better lag reduction in Dire Dire Dogs and Bowser in the Fire Sea combined. Less than a second with perfect BLJs and a faster setup on the first one. And finally, a second to a second and a half in Bowser in the Sky with tighter execution and faster throws. In total, it was roughly 8 seconds to save that are more or less violent. In 2020, CircuMark994 made a human theory task of this category using all the most advanced strategies used by real-time runners with perfect execution and got a final time of 14:15.95, less than 20 seconds faster than Sweetie's run. The fastest task of this category, made by Crack Hex and a large team of contributors, clocks in at 12:19.92, but we have yet to see Sweetie pull this off in real time. Until the robot overlords take over, this might be the most perfect speedrun of Super Mario 64 we'll ever get to see.
Yeah, holy crap, I am missing out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Magnus, and I welcome you guys back to the challenge campaign of the Rebooty Camp. Not the rebooty, the rebooty. Swiggy, swaggity, swooty, coming for that rebooty. Let's do Ola's Navy, shall we? Ola's Naval Armada must be stopped before it can blow Orange Star, of course. So this was interesting, because in the old game, yeah, we're gonna pick Andy for this one. In the old game, if you routed Olaf's Navy, you would unlock a special mission. But to do this with an S rank was incredibly hard. I think someone figured out how to do it. It was not the common strategy, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play the map the way it's
Where the
intended,
fuck is the
just to
souvenir
avoid the
shop?
army, and then if I don't unlock Olaf's Sea Strike, then I will simply go back and unlock it later, I guess. Because I want to clear most of the maps that I can with an S rank. It's like more Fog of War ahead. Hey Max, what's Fog of War again? I thought Mel explained this to you. You need me to go over it again? Nah. That's a relief. I was afraid you weren't paying attention. Now let's get started. Easy, short to the point. So, yeah, Olaf has an absolute crap ton of units, especially Nightingale units. It's 3 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 3 submarines. So, to rout him is very hard. It is possible. You need to use indirects, but I'm not going to do that in this mission. Well, I'm going to keep this the way that it was intended to be. So I'm going to just kind of let my ships die. At least that's the idea. Just get a bunch of power level by killing its naval units like this. Let the sub be killed pretty much. As you can see, yeah, look at that. That's pretty insane. Now, I did mess up a little bit. I was supposed to shoot with the battleship first, but it's not a huge deal. Now, what I actually like to do here is I like to use the lander to boost my max. Like so. The lander is going to die, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. But what I also can do, actually, is I can also attack his battleship like this. He's definitely going to get a blizzard, but that's okay. And then you can just use a tank like this. Now, playing Max actually isn't so bad on this mission. Even though your indirects are kind of useless, your tanks will more than make up for it. But Olaf has at least 2 medium tanks charging us early on, so we gotta make sure that we set up to deal with them early. And I do actually like to capture some of these cities early on, because it's nice to have additional places to reinforce. There we go. He's definitely gonna pop Blizzard now. Behold our impressive forces! Olaf's Navy is here to destroy you! It's no longer just battleships that assemble a complete armada. Pardon me your burdenness, but if the enemy hits inland, your naval powerhouse will be plainly useless. Hush, now it's my turn. My powerful fleet will crush those detestable orange star fools. You don't even have a single infantry or mech unit deployed, not to mention.
Leave?
He ain't even listen.
Alone!
It's neat to listen. Let the winds of war bring
Those friends.
Ah, yeah. Sure. So yeah, we are definitely having our, our units destroyed here. But it shouldn't really affect our technique ranking like that much, I think. Because, again, we're going to lose like 3 of our units. I think that's pretty much unavoidable. Maybe we won't get a perfect technique ranking, but we should get a perfect speed and power ranking. Should be fine. Alright, that's a medium tank right there. Some battleships are coming in as well. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Okay, so we do have our power. We're going to save it for when we really need it. Because chances are we're just going to get 1. One capture here. Now he has a tank here and has a medium tank over here. So what we got to make sure we do... Don't know how good the AI is at like scouting out stuff, but he can't kill my recon. I'm fairly certain of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 recon here, and I'm going to put my medium tank on this tile right here, and then we're just going to make sure that I'll kill the rockets pretty much. So we can put the. I guess I can use the APC as bait. If he decides to scout it out, it's possible, I guess. So I'll move my tank over here. Let's see, did my battleship survive? It did, actually. That means we can take a shot out of this medium tank and make it a little bit less scary, so that's good. And they're gonna search for my lander, so it's gonna work as a bit of a distraction, I guess you could say. So with this, we'll place the artillery right here. And the rocket right here, so now it's kind of covering everything nice and neatly. These mechs are kind of just like to distract Ola's forces. Okay. Come at me. Let's see what he has. Oh, he trapped himself on the tank. Nice. I gotta say, it is so nice to see that the AI is trapping its own units right now. Like, it does make the campaign easier, but I think that was kind of the goal anyway, because the original Advanced Force 1 campaign was kind of brutal. So yeah, now they're shooting at our mechs, but that's okay. They're kind of the sacrificial lambs at this point. Ooh, nice. Okay, here comes the medium tank. I might pull my hyper repair then to repair this tank up a little bit. There's the other medium tank. It's not in range of my rocket, I think, sadly. This is a pretty tough mission. And there's the artillery too. So yeah, we definitely want to pop hyper repair this tank. So we have the rocket who can attack the medium tank, and we have the artillery who can attack this, and then we need to kill the artillery as well as the medium tank. So this is going to be pretty tough, actually.
Dang it.
This is actually going to be pretty tough. I think we just want to pop it right away, most likely. Yeah, I think we just want to pop it right away. So let's do it.
Tune-up!
Time for a tune-up!
Hyper repair!
Very nice. And yes, we want to attack with the rocket first, like so. I think if we use the APC wisely, we can draw the medium tank into attacking it. Although, we want to be very careful, because we don't want to lose the APC. So I'm thinking what we're going to do here is we are going to, let's see, if we attack, how are we going to do this, I wonder? We need to break through this tank. Can we do that with a regular tank? Let's see. It's a bit of a luck roll, and I'm not a big fan of it, because he could have very high HP. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to keep this tank on the city, and then I'm going to use my other tank, the artillery. That's probably for the best. This medium tank, I can't do much to it at the moment, but I can maybe percent the juicy APC and try to kill it that way. But we do need to kill this artillery, that's pretty important, actually. Go. And then we can do 2 caps here.
One is the sound.
Could use our mechs to try and push the medium tank, and I think that's probably for the best. As long as we keep our infantry alive, we should be good here. Now the battleships are gonna pound our mechs into dust, but they fulfill their goal. We can, let's see, if we put the recon here, maybe? Or we could put the APC right here. But then the medium tank will probably kill it though, so... There's also a rocket in this forest right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we gotta be careful about that. What if I just do this? Maybe he'll attack, we'll see. Alright, let's see what Olaf decides to do. Another blizzard? Ooh, that's sad actually. I think I may have just lost my APC. And the APC is kind of important. We'll see what happens. Oh, he's running away! Nice! Okay, that's beautiful actually. So they're going into repair mode. Ah! Okay, nice. That's very good. So the extra defense for my power, they survive. Okay, very good. Even my mechs are living. That's great. Okay, beautiful. So the question is, are we going to... Do we need to do something about that medium tank? So I'm thinking what we're going to do here is we're going to try and surround it, maybe? I don't want to lose my recon. It's kind of valuable. Ah, shit. I could try to put my medium tank here and see if the AI wants to go for it. The vision of this thing isn't that great. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this. Yeah, it doesn't have much vision at all. The battleship is a problem though. It's actually a big problem.
That works.
This, send the medium tank back like so. As long as he doesn't get any additional vision, we should be able to kill it. At least that's the idea. And then I have 1 infantry. That's really all I need. Alright, let's see what he decides to do.
The hour is upon us. I got your back.
Will the medium tank do? Will it attack my tank? Oh, hi there. He came back.
How reliable.
I don't think a medium tank one-shots an APC, so there's a good chance he might attack the APC. That's kind of bad, actually, because my rocket would be out of range from that. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, it should bring it down to like 1 HP. Oh, that was close! Oh, that was close! Oh my god, that was so close. Holy shit. Sea lives. That's good. Alright, very nice. We're nowhere near getting our hyper repair, but I don't think we need to. He can't capture our HQ. I mean, Grit just said it. He doesn't have any units deployed. So we should be fine here.
From the shadows.
Fury, at least. Alright, medium tank dead. Very nice. Then, we'll attack here. So again, I know that there's a rocket here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Recon over here to scout ahead, see what's ahead. Oh, nothing much at the moment. So let's just move in. There's a battleship right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. But just to be safe, I think we're... It's okay, I can do this. Of course, if I lose my APC, then it really is GG. So now his naval units are powerless to do anything. And if I remember correctly, I also think he has a medium tank on his... I think he has a medium tank on his HQ. So let's just move forward.
Let's take it slow.
It's there's the... Okay, so we're probably just going to ignore that, I think. I'm going to move forward with my tank. I can't see anything as of yet, so I'm going to move my rocket so I can shoot on his rocket.
This is my ground. ground.
Maybe I'll keep my... Okay, so he has the artillery repairing right there. I think I might actually just kill his medium tank right here, so that he can't get vision. And then I'll do this. It's very scary to do this, because if he spots my ABC, then I'm dead. Get out.
Life is in everything.
Okay, very nice. So now what I need to deal with is I need to kill the artillery, and then I need to kill the rocket that's hiding in here. And I think the only way that I can do that right now is to use this recon to scout, like so. And yeah, he still has the medium tank on top of his HQ, like he always did. That's good. Here's what I could do, is I could use my APC as bait while unloading my infantry. That might actually be the smartest thing to do right now. Like so. Put the APC here. Let's see, what's the minimum range of the rocket? That's 2. So what I could do... also just do this, but then he might kill my infantry, which is definitely not something that I want. This is actually a real brain twister. This, like, because if I unload the infantry, I don't know if he has vision of it, but if he does, it's gonna die. So it might just be better to play it safe and do this. We are on, right now, we are on, let's see, we're in day 7. I don't think the S rank requirement is that stingy, so... It's probably fine to do this. Alright, let's see what he does. He almost has his blizzard again. But he got himself trapped. Nice. That's pretty much perfect, isn't it?
I got your back.
Alright, so it'll be a daytime victory. I'm hoping that will be good enough.
The best defense.
But we will see. This medium tank obviously needs to die. I'll have this spider on my wall. That's it. Spider-chan.
One with the sound.
Use this tank to kill the rocket, like so. You can use the recon as a bit of a block in case he has any. I don't think he does though. I think he has another stationary, but I'm not sure.
I got your back.
And then he will just let us know as we capture his HQ. But I think routing his naval, routing his navy and getting an S rank, that's probably really freaking hard. I don't even know if that's possible, if I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't know if that is even possible. Also wondering how our power ranking is going to be, because we have kind of slowly killed this army over time. We haven't really done like one swoop where we kill a bunch of units in one shot. So I'm curious whether we're still going to get the S rank here. I'm not underestimating you, Ola.
I got your back.
Moment of truth right here, ladies and gentlemen. Day 10. Is it good enough? Believe it. I lost again. Will be a disservice to him if things continue this way. But first, where is that lazy? Right. Yeah. Yep. Get out there and stop the Oryx army. It's easy to say, Buzz, but you left me nothing to work with. Don't get saucy. Just rally the troops and do something. I'm just saying, the troops are fretting about. We have this all under control. Just do your job. Okay.
Keep this up and we'll drive Olaf out of here in no time.
Okay, so... Okay, alright. Got the S rank. 92 points, so I think we could probably... Day 11 would probably still be S rank, and maybe even day 12. But probably not day 13. So let's see if we get all of Sea Strike, or if we have to unlock that the normal way. I'm actually very curious. I never never dreamed that they could annihilate my navy. Who would have guessed? Yeah, you get it anyway. Okay. Badly underestimated them, but I'm not done yet. I still have my elite Sea Strike Force. They'll clean up this mess. Huh? Sea Strike Force, huh? Seems smaller than the last naval group, but... Fight. Fight until your final breath. Fight for him. This battle shall bring us victory. Whatever. Yeah, so, okay, turns out you just get the Sea Strike now. You don't have to rout Olaf's navy. That's actually good to know. Normally, this is what you have to destroy his navy, and that would unlock Olaf in the final mission, but now you just get it. Cool. I guess I hope they've still included an Easter egg ending if you actually kill his navy, though. That would be kind of nice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. My name is Mangus. Give a like and a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. My name is Magus, and I welcome you guys back to the challenge campaign of the Advanced Wars Reboot Camp. Today we're taking on Mission 10, Olaf's Sea Strike, which was normally a secret mission in the original campaign. You had to unlock it by routing Olaf's navy, and it was a prerequisite for getting Olaf in the final battle. Now it's just unlocked by default. Briefing, it looks like Olaf is floundering. One more battle and he'll be sunk. This is actually a really fun mission. I like it a lot. Now, you may think that Andy is the best choice for Olaf's Sea Strike because you start with 2 battleships, but the truth is Max is actually a lot better because his cruisers can one-shot enemy subs, and his subs can almost sink battleships. And with a power-up, they can one-shot them, which is actually pretty important in this mission. So I think Max utters a line about not liking naval combat or something, and that's actually kind of dumb because he is easily the best naval commander in the game. He's better than Drake in my opinion. Give me a break, look at this guy, man. What's wrong, Max? You don't like fighting Olaf?
I got your back.
It's just another sea battle. I like my fights on solid ground. Check over today, yeah. You should really say battleship, not a cruiser, because Max, you actually got the best cruisers in the game and it's not even close. We've got this. I just sent Grandpa back home. Alright, let's do it, kid. Time to move out. Because, yeah, it turns out having 50% extra firepower makes you really damn good. And here's the thing, Max battleship...
Why does Max have 50% firepower in the first game? Like, holy hell.
Minus 10% firepower, ooh, they still hit hard. So, Max is a good naval commander. So this is Olaf's Sea Strike. It's a tricky one. Olaf has a big navy coming our way. This island is also full of units. He has a rocket here. He has a rocket here. He has a medium tank near his HQ. He has a recon here, I think. So, to land this island presents a big challenge on its own, but first we have to actually defeat his navy. And in order to do that, we have to play it very smart. We have to position our units very well. If I like to put this battleship here in the reef, like so, I like to put my first sub here. The cruisers have to do a lot of work because Olaf has 3 submarines, and if you don't kill them all quick, then you're going to be in heap of trouble. I'm going to put a submarine right here, a cruiser here, and I'm actually going to use the landers. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, you can stay in the reef. I'm going to use my landers to scout out submarines, actually. I'm going to put a tank and an infantry in this lander right here. And then for some reason, I like capturing this city. I don't really know why. I've always done it. And if you're smart, you can actually use these mechs to draw some fire, but considering the AI uses vision in the reboot camp, I don't really think it's going to be a big deal. Get moving here, right there. I like that it's kind of implied that he's going insane. Alright, so pay attention to where the subs are diving. This is important. You need to kill them with your cruisers for your submarines to be safe. There we go. Very nice. Okay. So this is perfect. This is exactly what we want. His first sub is here. The other sub is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot with my battleship. I'm going to kill his battleship with my submarine. To reveal this submarine, which will allow my cruiser to kill it, like so.
This is why Max is so important. And they can't do this. He can't one-shot submarines with cruisers. And that's one of the reasons why he's so important. Then we're going to use this lander to reveal the enemy sub right here. Now there's a battleship right here, so we don't want to attack it from the top. We want to attack it from the bottom. So we need to clear out here first. Like so.
Let's take it slow.
We can use the submarine to do this. And then we can use the cruiser to kill the sub. Now there's a third sub that is moving towards us as we speak. It won't resurface for a little bit.
One with the sound.
It'll pop up soon. This turn, Olaf will pop Blizzard because we've given him a good pounding.
I got your back.
Can you withstand the cold?
How reliable.
Oh.
Blue! Watch out!
There we go. That's how you do it.
Swift and resolute.
His units are dealing no damage to us this turn.
Strike from the shadows.
Now, one thing we have to be very careful about right now is keeping our cruiser alive. Because I do think we need to retreat it all the way back. In our power, we can actually use Max Force and kill this, but I don't know if there's a way for us to do that. So I'm just going to attack this for now. I think I might just use my submarine to kill the cruiser instead. Again, I know there's another sub here somewhere, but I don't know where it is at the moment. I just have to be careful. But I think I will just attack like this. Get rid of the cruiser. Then we just gotta move this cruiser out of range. Like so. I think that's probably the best we can do for now. We do have to be careful about our landers, though.
One with the sound.
Probably, I would put the cruiser in the reefs, but I think it's better to keep it away, honestly. We also need to refuel our submarines next turn. That's kind of important, so I'm just going to wait a turn, just be patient. We know that the time requirement for the S rank has been lowered, so there's no need for me to rush forward. There we go, that's the cruiser. When this battleship is moving forward, that's very good. And again, I know that there's a submarine here somewhere, I just don't know where it is. So once again, I will just do this. It's my submarine to kill this battleship, like so. You gotta deal with this cruiser. I love that max battleship plus submarine is enough to kill a cruiser. Oh. And if I'm not completely mistaken, the submarine really should crash into us. There it is. I knew it would show up eventually. So that's pretty much Olaf's entire armada rounded. There's only a solitary battleship left alive over here now. So I believe it's completely safe for us to start sending our landers forward. In fact, he probably has another blizzard ready. I would not be surprised. Yeah, he's gonna pop in. But the winds of war. It is a little bit annoying because I kind of wanted to refuel my submarines this turn. This will take me another full turn to do, but it's fine. So let's see, how much fuel do we have left on this bad boy? Let me check. Actually, we may not need to refuel it, because we got 32 fuel left. I think we'll actually be fine. Actually, we don't need to refuel it, it's fine. So what we need to do now is we need to land. That is tricky. There's a recon right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will be able to spot us if we get too close. And there's also a rocket here and a rocket here. So, and we also gotta stay out of range of this battleship right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can use the recons to scout. If we can take out the recon though, then we'll take away his vision, which actually sounds pretty strong. So we know now that there is a battleship over here, and there is a rocket here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be safe. to use this, and we could pop Max Force, but I think I'll actually save it. I don't think there's any point in using it just yet. I want to wait until I land. Our battleships forward. If we could take out at least like one of the rockets, that would be very helpful. Or potentially, what we could also do is we could take out the recon by placing our sub right next to the forest and then blasting the recon with our battleships. I think that would actually be a smart idea. Wow. I just misclicked. Oh, I just misclicked. Okay. I guess I'm doing this now. That's the best. That accidental Max Force, ladies and gentlemen. That is wonderful. You love to see it. Alright, so we have 2 tanks here. The medium tank is probably hovering around the area somewhat. Here's the thing. If we kill... Okay, so... First and foremost, I'm gonna kill this battleship, obviously. Well, that was kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Let's drop off the medium tank here and the regular tank here. So yeah, there's the medium tank. No, that's a regular.
It's not a cab. Come on.
And,
You two.
Pick up the recon, like so.
You sons of lesbians.
And I guess we can use the submarine. Actually, we won't be able to reach this time, but that's okay. What we can do is we can use the cruisers as target practice, like so. I think that's probably for the best. Come on, Olaf. Target fire on my cruisers. They're valuable. Shoot them up. I don't know which one he'll be most compelled to attack. I know the AI likes killing things, so he might kill my tank. We'll see. Okay, there goes the first rocket. Boom. Okay, he's attacking my cruiser with this rocket. That's nice. Very good, actually. That's perfect. Oh, that should maybe give me another max force. Maybe. Almost gives me another max force. Alright, so this submarine will sink next turn, but that's okay. It served its purpose. Let's see. I say what we do here is we bring the lander around. We keep this medium tank in the forest for now. We'll prepare to attack the rocket next turn. Let's take a look at this vision here. So 1, 2, 3. 2. So if we stay here, in theory, our battleship should be okay. I think. Right, comes the blizzard. You can see landing on this island is actually really tough in this game. It's really tough. There goes our cruiser. I am wondering if our technique ranking is going to be a little bit injured by this. We'll see. I mean, I lost a lot of units here. Alright, very good. There goes our submarine. Now we can start shooting on his rockets, which is nice.
It is the correct orientation. Done.
Start attacking with our battleships, which is also nice. And I don't know if I'm quite ready to attack just yet. I think I'll wait one more turn. I'll pop my power next turn and just blast them.
The end has come.
Alright, very nice. My lander, that's okay.
Sense your weakness. I got your back.
Alright, now I think it's time to pop max force. Roll tank! If I get an S rank here, I'm going to be very surprised.
Excited for what's inside? Aren't you adorable?
Okay, very nice. Yeah, let's kill the rocket. That's important. And I think we can... Yeah, we can one-shot this tank, which is nice. How it goes. Maybe just routing him is the best option at this point, maybe? Drop the tank here, and the infantry here, and then maybe give him a submarine to shoot out with the rocket. It could be an idea. I think routing him is probably our best option here, rather than going for the HQ cap. Oh, tank goes down. Nice! He killed his own tank. Sweet. Infantry engagements over here. Yeah, routing him is definitely the play right now, I think. Yeah, routing him is definitely the play. Alright, so we'll reveal the rocket like so. This is a tricky mission, right? And then we can kill the rocket like so, and it'll be another turn to route him, I think.
This is my ground.
Yeah, it'll suddenly be another turn to
Yeah,
route.
calm them down.
So we'll see if I'll still get that S rank. I hope I will.
Let's take...
Shouldn't be able to see my infantry at the moment, so this should be good. Yeah, it'll be a day 12 victory. Oh no, he'll make it snow. Let the winds of Reserve. Yeah, he'll just stay there, yeah. He can't see me, so he can't attack. Alright. Let's see how it went, shall we? Oh, never mind. Let's see how it went, shall we? Another defeat. You will not be pleased with me if this losing streak continues. Where are you now? Yes, sir? Get out there and stop that cursed Orchard army. Easier said than done, boss. You didn't leave me anything to work with. Don't get saucy. Rally the troops and do something. I have to go and pay him my respects. No offense, right? Well. Olaf's finally off to visit his mysterious benefactor. I think I'll just tag along and see what I can see. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth. That's that. That's an S rank, yeah. Whew. I was a little bit worried on this one, gotta be honest. A little bit worried. Alright, I believe we are done with the Blue Moon arc, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for the combat missions. This one is gonna be interesting for sure. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mings, and I welcome you guys back to the Advanced Wars Reboot Camp Challenge campaign. It's time for Mighty Combat. It's actually the easiest mission of the game. To combat, bridge the gap before you can build your best defense. We'll see. For this one, I'm gonna go with the Tomboy Waifu.
Keep up.
She's by far the best choice for this. At least if they haven't changed it from the original. This mission is kind of a joke. But that's what makes it fun. Mission 13, Mighty Comboy.
I'll do my best.
Have they given him additional troops on the bottom side? No, they have not.
Save the day.
Artillery and tank. Yep, this seems pretty unchanged. Now, there don't seem to be many units out here. Commander, there might not be many of us, but we're ready to follow your orders, sir. Ma'am. Well, there must be some bases around here to build up our forces right now. I'm always thinking ahead, Sami. Nothing gets by you. Yes, you can use the local bases to call in additional units. Any other questions? No, ma'am. I think I'm all set up here.
Good luck.
I'm counting on you, Sami. Good luck. Alright, so, yeah, why is this mission such a joke? Because all you need to do is just fight your way through here. Combat will send its entire force up north, and then you just capture HQ. Really that simple. Nothing much to it, really. So, first thing you want to do is you want to use your rockets to take out this tank right here, and then you want to use this tank to take out, or at least injure the rockets, so they don't do that much damage. And I'd actually like to keep this infantry here in the woods. Build an infantry here, an APC here, and an infantry right here. And then I'm actually going to use my rocket and tank to focus fire on my tank on the road so we get rid of it. Now you may think, wow, Max, Aren't you, like, letting your tank die now? No, man. You'll see what I mean soon. We'll send this mech over here. See, Combat is a massive army, as you can see right here, and its artillery will shoot on my tanks, but they'll survive, and that's all that matters. It's like a little bit damage, but they're on a city, so it doesn't really matter that much. There we go. Tank is doing really well. So as you can see, Combat does have 2 rockets, which can become a problem if you try to beat this mission the normal way. But we're not going to beat it the normal way. We're going to beat it the right way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to surround this artillery with my tank. Actually, you can put the APC right here, but I need to count spaces because I don't remember if that actually is going to cost me a turn. I want to see how quickly I can beat this. So, I think, let's see, we'll go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't really think it matters, but you know what? We don't really need to worry about that. We don't want to go too far ahead anyway, because that might actually divert some of Combat's forces, which would be bad. Now, this is actually one of the reasons why I like Sami. Her infantry can actually tank this choke point right here against the tank, because keep in mind, Sami actually gets 10% extra defense. Source 1, which is actually pretty nice. Against that Combat's tanks, I think normally with 20% extra firepower, they have a small chance to one-shot if they roll max luck. Not with Sami, she gets that on bolt defense. I call it full bolt defense because on monsters by web,
Wait, what am I
bolt
supposed
gets
to
10%
do?
extra defense, and that's one of the reasons why his infantry are so notoriously hard to kill. Like, he's very good at making infantry walls, and in All Source 1, Sami basically has full bolt infantry, which is really nice. Just look at that, they can't break through. Now, you don't even need to attack anymore. And you don't really, like, there are many ways you can tackle this. I prefer to just join this infantry continuously, but you don't need to do that either. You can literally just have an infantry rotation going on like this, and they won't ever break through. You don't even need to
Can't
attack
move the
combat.
camera when you're dashing. That's
I
kind
guess
of
this is a
annoying.
good test to see if, this is actually a good test to see if technique or power ranking still matters.
Excited
I have
for
a
what's
feeling
inside?
they couldn't have changed that if you want to defeat this mission, because my power ranking will surely be Gargoyle right now, right? I can still attack him. It's not going to get morale boost yet. There we go. Oh, now I have my power. I guess I've taken some hits. Oh, he's very close to getting morale boost, actually. Look at that. Look at that. That's actually pretty funny. But he's not going to get it. Oh, right. He has his rockets in range now. Right. Oh. Oh! Oh, I didn't expect that. Oops. Mistake. Mistake! Combat's inside our walls. He's inside our walls. He's inside our walls. He's inside our walls. It's actually really bad. It's actually really bad. I'll be okay. I might lose some units though, but as long as I build enough units, my technique ranking should. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was
My luck seems good.
not
Like
great. I'm still gonna
always.
beat this mission though, but I'm very. Oh, his medium tanks are waiting. Why are they waiting? Why are they waiting right there? Why? Why are they doing this? Why would they do this? Okay, here's the thing though. I think if I pop. Here's the thing. If I pop my double time next turn.
Leave it to me.
It's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I'll drop off my infantry right here. 1, 2, 3.
Swift and resolute.
Be incredibly mad if it turns out.
Strike from the shadows.
If it turns out that double time, or if it combat actually moves down,
I got your back.
this suddenly became very, very bad. Never actually had this happen before. It's okay though. I'll still beat it. I guess a little excitement. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't want to lose my units just because of my technique ranking, so we'll see what I do. Probably shouldn't have built that medium tank, to be honest. Should have just kept building infantry. Comes the morale boost. Show yourself.
Excited for what's inside?
Just gonna hurt.
Aren't you adorable? One with the sound. Break.
This is gonna hurt. Oh boy, it's gonna hurt. Oh, bye-bye rocket. It's nice knowing you.
I got your back.
That might be a one-shot. Yeah, okay, so you one-shots infantry. Oh god, look at that.
Everyone stand down. The more the merrier.
I am so dead. Taking a pound. A big pound. Now his tanks are actually moving in, so that's good to know. Oh boy. Okay. Let's pop double time. Let's go for that HQ cap, shall we?
I'm unbeatable.
No, you're not unbeatable, Sammy, but you're pretty good. Alright, let's see how many units we can kill this turn. He actually is holding his tanks back, though, which is not is something he didn't do in the original. He didn't do that before.
Let's take it slow.
So it's interesting to see, actually. Alright, let's see how many units we can destroy. I think our mechs might be capable of taking out a tank. 58%, that's good. There we go. I see we just build a bunch of mechs. We can build 3 mechs this turn, which I think is probably our best bet. So then we can use our medium tank to destroy this tank. That's 3 units destroyed in a turn, which might honestly be enough to get the S rank. On the power ranking, that is. It's the technique ranking I'm a little worried about. Let's see, if we attack the infantry like this, I think the double time infantry actually probably won't deal 70%, 58, nah. Not with combo. Oh, never mind, I got max luck, sweet. Day 5, let's go. I think this is like, day 6 is like the earliest
Time.
you can win. Absolute earliest you can win. If my technique ranking is 300 now, then I'll know there's something very wrong. Alternatively, maybe you just get an automatic 100 like you did in the original. Only your speed ranking mattered in the original campaign, but I've heard some reports of people saying that you actually do get a power technique ranking in the advanced campaign right now. So if that's the case, wave goodbye to my S rank, I think. Because I'm losing a bunch of stuff here. This would be a nice test, at least. I can just come back and do the S rank later, I suppose. Alright, so let's just build 3 infantry. There's no point in killing anything right now. Let's build 3 infantry. Let's see what happens, shall we?
I'm sorry, Commander.
It appears our forces have been conquered.
For losses is beyond comprehension.
Regardless of the odds, combat should never lose this many units. Our glorious founders must be shaking their heads. I will not be defeated so easily. We may have lost this battle, but the war is far. Company's army will emerge victorious in the end. For now, it's a draw. Alright, let's take a look.
This one belongs to me.
Nah, you got 100. You got 100. Yeah, okay. So power and technique doesn't matter. As long as you complete the maps quickly. Yes, it works like it did in the original, and that's okay, honestly, because the advanced campaign, on some maps, you're just not meant to play it normally. You're just meant to, like, clear it super quick. That's how they designed it, so it'd be kind of silly if they changed that formula, honestly. Oh, you guys know what's coming next. You guys knows what's coming next. Pretty good, aren't they? You can blame their number of bases or other factors, Father, but the truth is they simply outlasted you. But Sonia...
Father, please, stop that whining.
You're the Gold Comet Commander, for goodness sake. Yes, of course, you are right. I am. So what should I do now? Well, first of all, we obviously need to match or exceed their number of bases. Of course, Combine must have bases too. Yes, but please also keep in mind... So it is decided. Combine shall secure bases near the enemy, and with them, our victory is assured. Father, wait, gone again. Doesn't he realize that the proper location of bases is just as important as their numbers? Oh, I can't wait. Combine's error is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Whoa!
Let's take it slow. Excited for what's inside? Aren't you adorable? How reliable. I will predict victory. Guide my blade.
Swift and resolute, one with the sound. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance.
I got your back. How reliable.
Swift and resolute, one with the sound.
Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mings, and today I welcome you guys to the start of a brand new playthrough on my channel. Today we're checking out the Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp Challenge Campaign. Yes, the Challenge Campaign.
May as well, yeah, about time I just checked out the playlist.
If you missed it, I did 2 streams live on my channel. One where I cleared the Advanced Wars 1 campaign, the other one where I cleared the Advanced Wars 2 campaign. The first one took me about 8 hours, the second one I was barely able to get done. in 12 hours, which was quite intense. I think I went to sleep and I slept for like 16 hours. But I'm feeling well rested, and now I want to take on the challenge campaign. Now, for those of you waiting for my full review of the game, it's coming. But I just wanted to start this. I'm very curious as to how difficult this campaign is going to be. In case you don't know, the original Advance Wars 1 hard campaign is one of the hardest ever created. It is brutally challenging. And my goal for this particular playthrough is to play through every single mission. I'm going to do a 100% clear. I'm going to try to get S rank on as many missions as I can. And towards the end, my goal is to unlock rivals on challenge difficulty. Yes, if you know what rivals is, you know. If not, stay tuned. I'm very curious to see if they changed the mission in any way. Now, of course, they've already made some pretty radical changes in the campaign itself. This time around, you actually start out with a mission Tank Ops, which used to be part of field training before. But we don't face Olaf in the original Is War mission until mission 4, so they've added 3 missions at the start of the campaign, clearly also in challenge mode, but I think that's fine. So, mission 1, Tank Ops. Olaf has occupied Coral Fortress with a prized unit in tow. Take this opportunity to show Andy the ropes and tanks. Curious to see whether or not they changed this particular mission, Amy, from its original iteration. But I remember it being actually pretty decently challenging, even on Classic, so we'll see. A medium tank? Olaf means business. Even with all our units, we'll need an airtight strategy to win. Yeah, I know all that stuff. Let's go get him now. Okay, so they've cut away a lot of the initial dialogue and also all of the training, which is definitely the right move. So right off the bat, I'm not noticing any big differences. I don't remember the map clearly from my first stream. But it doesn't seem like Olaf has that much more stuff, so I think I'm just going to approach it the same way I did initially. I will go over each CO, not in great detail, but you start out playing as Nell. Her day-to-day is basically that she has double the luck rate of other commanders. Every single commander can do up to 10% damage in battle with luck. Nell can do 20, so she has the potential to hit a little bit harder on the day-to-day, which is pretty nice. Her normal power just amps this up to 16. So, and then luck damage is pure damage, by the way. So you can, if an infantry goes up against a tank and you roll maximum, you can take 6 HP off a medium tank, for example. So it's pretty good, but it does require some gambling. I made a full analysis on Nell as a CO, although it is for the original game, but I think she works pretty much the same. You can check that up in the top right corner of the video.